हेलो बच्चों, आज हम 10th हिस्ट्री का चैप्टर फर्स्ट, इसका नाम है राइज ऑफ नेशनलिज्म इन यूरोप। इसके फुल क्वेश्चन आंसर करने जा रहे हैं, जिसके अंदर छोटे क्वेश्चन भी हैं और एनसीईआरटी के क्वेश्चंस भी हैं और पिक्चर बेस्ड क्वेश्चंस भी हैं। तो अगर आप इसको सुनोगे तो शायद आपका पूरा हिस्ट्री का लेसन पूरी तरह रिवाइज हो जाएगा। ये चैप्टर आपका काफ़ी लंबा है और शायद स्टूडेंट्स को सबसे ज़्यादा टफ यही चैप्टर लगता है। तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं, द राइज ऑफ नेशनलिज्म इन यूरोप। क्वेश्चन नंबर 1, इट सेज विच फ्रेंच आर्टिस्ट विजुअलाइज हिज ड्रीम ऑफ ए वर्ल्ड मेड अप ऑफ डेमोक्रेटिक एंड सोशल रिपब्लिक्स, एंड द आंसर फॉर दिस इज in 1848 Frederick Sorio, a French artist, prepared a series of 4 prints visualizing his dream of a world made up of a democratic and social republics, as he called them. Question number 2 is, which symbols were used by Sorio to symbolize fraternity among nations? Answer to the second question is, from the heavens above, Christ, saints, and angels gaze upon the scene. They have been used by the artist to symbolize fraternity among the nations of the world. Question number 3 says, which French philosopher criticized the notion that a nation is formed by a common language, race, and religion? And the answer to this is Ernest Renan. According to him, a nation is not formed by a common language, race, religion, or territory. To form a nation, social capital, common glories, and deeds of the past, and common will are necessary. Question number 4 says, in which university Renan delivered the lecture on what makes the nation? And the answer for question number 4 is University of Sorbonne. Question number 5 is, what does La Patrie mean? And the answer to this is fatherland. Question number 6 says, what does Les Citoyens mean? And the answer to question 6 is citizen of France. Question number 7 says, give one motive of French revolutionaries in context to Europe. And the answer to question number 7 is to help other peoples of Europe to become nations or nation states. Question number 8 says, who gave the slogan, the people must seize their own freedom? And the answer to question number 8 is Andries Rebmann. Question number 9 says, in which German city Rebmann used to live? Answer to question 9 is, Rebmann lived in the city of Mainz and was a member of a German Jacobean group. Name the fortress of Germany that was similar to the Bastille fortress in France. And the answer to the question 10 is Fortress of Kassel. Question 11 is, which empire ruled over Austria-Hungary region? Answer to question number 11 is Habsburg Empire. The Habsburg Empire is the unofficial term used by many people to refer to the Central European monarchy that ruled over a collection of lands from the 13th century to 1918. Question number 12 is, who painted the planting of Tree of Liberty in Zweibrücken? Answer to question number 12 is, planting of Tree of Liberty in Zweibrücken, Germany was painted by German painter Karl Caspar Fritz. This painting represents the occupation of the town of Zweibrücken by the French armies. Question number 13 is, name the final battle in which Napoleon was defeated. Answer to question number 13 is the Battle of Waterloo, which took place in Belgium on 18 June 1815, marked the final defeat of Napoleon Bonaparte, who conquered much of the Europe in the early 19th century. Question number 14 is, name the Alpine regions of the Habsburg Empire. Answer to question number 14 is, the Habsburg Empire ruled over the Alpine region, which includes Tyrol, Austria, Bohemia, and Sudetenland. Question number 15 is, which language was spoken in the Hungary? And the answer is Hungarian, which is also known as Magyar, is spoken in Hungary and parts of several neighboring countries that used to belong to it. Question number 16 is, which language was spoken by the aristocracy class in Galicia? And the answer for the question number 16 is, in Galicia, the aristocracy spoke Polish. Question number 17 is, who used to cultivate land in large states in Eastern and Central Europe during the 18th century? Answer to question number 17 is, in large states, tenants and serfs used to cultivate the land. Question number 18 is, what does liberalism mean? Liberalism can be defined as a political and social philosophy that promotes individual rights, civil liberties, democracy, and free enterprise. Question number 19 says, under which constitution all adult male enjoyed suffrage in France? And the answer to question number 19 is, under Jacobean constitution, France was the first major country to enact suffrage for all adult males in 1793. Question number 20 is, what was Zollverein? Answer to question number 20 is, the Zollverein was a German customs union that was founded in 1834 during the Prussian rule. It formulated many rules for free trade and economic cooperation among the German states. It abolished the tariff barriers and reduced the number of currencies from over 30 to only 2. Question number 21 is, name the unit to measure cloth in Germany during the 18th century. Answer to question number 21 is, in Germany, Elle was the unit of measurement that was used to measure cloth. Question number 22 is, write a feature of Zollverein. Answer to question number 22 is, it abolished the tariff barriers and reduced the number of currencies from over 30 to only 2. Question number 23 is, when was Vienna Congress held? Answer to question number 23 is, Congress of Vienna was held in 1814-15 that reorganized Europe after the Napoleonic Wars. It started in September 1814 and completed its final act in June 1815. Question number 24 says, who was hosting Vienna Congress in 1850? Answer to question number 24 is, the Congress was hosted by Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich. The delegates drew up the Treaty of Vienna of 1815 with the object of undoing most of the changes that has come about in Europe during the Napoleonic Wars. Question number 25 is, when was Giuseppe Mazzini born? Answer to question number 25 is, Giuseppe Mazzini was born on June 22nd, 1805 in Genoa, Italy, and died on March 10, 1872 in Pisa, Italy. Question number 26 says, Mazzini was a member of which society? Answer to question number 26 is, Giuseppe Mazzini was a part of Carbonari, a secret society that pledged to overthrow the absolutist regime of Italy. Question number 27 is, name the two societies formed by Mazzini. Answer to question number 27 is, he founded a secret society called Young Italy at Marseille and Young Europe at Bern. Question number 28 is, when was Giuseppe Mazzini sent to exile? Answer to question number 28 is Giuseppe Mazzini was sent to exile in 1831 for attempting a revolution in Liguria, Italy. Question number 29 is who stated that Mazzini was a most dangerous enemy of our social order? Answer to question number 29 is Duke Metternich. Question 30 says, what was the belief of Mazzini? Answer to question number 30 is, Mazzini believed that God had intended nations to be natural units of mankind. Question number 31 is, which ruler ruled France during 1824 to 1830? Answer to question number 31 is, Charles X was King of France from 16 September 1824 until 2nd August 1830. Question 32 says, when was constitutional monarchy of Louis Philippe installed in France? Answer to question number 32 is, it started on 26 July 1830 with the July Revolution of 1830 and ended on 23rd February 1848 with the Revolution of 1848. Question 33 says, who stated that when France sneezes, the rest of Europe catches a cold? Answer to question number 33 is, it was stated by Austrian Chancellor Duke Metternich. Question number 34 is, which revolution sparked an uprising in Brussels in 1830? Answer to question number 34 is, in July 1830, the French started a revolution to overthrow their king. This was called the July Revolution. Question 35 says, which empire ruled Greece since the 15th century? Answer to question number 35 is, Greece had been a part of the Ottoman Empire since the 15th century. Question number 36 says, when does the fight for independence among Greeks begin? Answer to question number 36 is, the Greek War of Independence, also known as Greek Revolution, began in 1821. Question number 37 says, which English poet died during Greek War Independence? Answer to question number 37 is, George Gordon Coyne died during Greek War when he had travelled to support the Greek struggle for independence from Turkey. Question number 38 says, which treaty recognized Greece as an independent nation? Answer to question number 38 is, the Treaty of Constantinople of 1832 recognized Greece as an independent nation. Question number 39 says, which country is regarded as a cradle for European civilization? Answer to question number 39 is, Greece is considered the cradle of European civilization because of its significant contribution to European culture and society. Question number 40 is, what does Romanticism mean? Answer to question number 40 is, it's a cultural movement that sought to develop a particular form of nationalist sentiment. Question 41 is, which painter painted an incident of killing 20,000 Greeks on the island of Chios? Answer to question number 41 is, Eugen Delacroix painted the massacre of Chios. It's a scene from the Greek War of Independence, which was a rebellion motion against the Ottoman Empire. Question 42 is, which philosopher claimed that Das Hope was to be discovered among German people? Answers to question number 42 is, Johann Gottfried Herder. Question 43 is, what was Das Volk? Answer to question number 43 is, Das Volk stands for common people. Dorfwort is a German term for common people in community or region who are regarded to be originators of beliefs, customs, and a way of life. Question 44 says, why the emphasis on vernacular language was important during the 18th century? Answer to question number 44 is, they help in carrying the nationalist message to illiterate people. Question 45 is, which country was partitioned at the end of 18th century by great powers? Answer to question number 45 is, at the end of 18th century, Poland was partitioned between the great powers of Prussia, Russia, and Austria. As a result of this partition, Poland did not remain an independent territory. Question number 46 is, which philosopher celebrated the national struggle through his operas? Answer to question number 46 is, Karol Kurpinski celebrated the national struggle through his operas and music. Question number 47 says, when does Poland's rebellion movement took place against Russia? Answer to question number 47 is, the November Uprising, which is from 1830 to 1831, also known as Polish-Russian War, 1830-1831, or the Cadet Revolution. Question number 48 is, name two consequences of the February Revolution in France. Answer to question number 48 is, National Assembly was proclaimed and the right to work was granted. Question 49 is, weavers of which city revolted against the contractor for high wages? Answer to question number 49 is, the weaver of Silesia revolted in 1845. On 4th June, a large crowd of weavers marched to the mansion of one of the contractors demanding an increase in their wages. They destroyed his mansion and broke into the storehouse where all the cloths were stored. Question 50 says, how many representatives were convened in the Church of St. Paul? Answer to question number 50 is, 831 elected representatives marched into the Frankfurt Parliament and formed the All-German National Assembly. They offered the throne to the Frederick William IV, subjected to follow the Parliament and the Constitution. Question 51 says, which emperor ruled Germany before its unification? Answer to question number 51 is, Frederick William IV ruled Germany before its unification. Question 52 says, when did Habsburg rulers grant more autonomy to Hungarians? Answer to question number 52 is, the Habsburg ruler granted more autonomy to the Hungarian in 1867. Question 53 is, what was people's belief about La Talia? Answer to question number 53 is, some people in the region referred to Italy as La Talia, which they believed to be the name of Victor Emmanuel's wife. Question 54 says, who were the Junkers of Prussia? Answer to question number 54 is, in Prussia, Junkers were large landowners. They owned great estates that were maintained and worked by peasants with few rights. Question 55 is, who was the chief minister of Prussia? Answer to question number 55 is, Otto von Bismarck served as chief minister of Prussia. Question number 56 says, who won the Franco-Prussian War of 1871? Answer to question number 56 is, Prussia defeated France in 1817-1871, ending French hegemony in continental Europe and creating a unified Germany. Question 57 is, into how many states Italy was divided during the middle of 18th century? Answer to question number 57 is, in 1858, Italy was divided into 7 states. with the north being under the Austrian Habsburg ruler, the center being ruled by the Pope, and the southern region being under the Spain's domination. Question number 58 is, which state of Italy was ruled by princely house? Answer to question number 58 is Sardinia, Piedmont. During the middle of the 19th century, Italy was divided into 7 states, of which only one, Sardinia, Piedmont, was ruled by Italian princely house. Question 59 says, which empire ruled northern Italy before unification? Answer to question number 59 is Austrian Habsburg. Question 60 is, which emperor ruled central Italy before unification? Answer to question number 60 is Pope. Question 61 is, which empire ruled southern Italy before unification? Answer to question number 61 is Bourbon kings of Spain. Question 62 is, which leader in Europe was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat? Answer to question number 62 is Cavour. Question 63 is, name the interesting fact about Cavour. Answer to question number 63 is, Cavour was Italian, but he used to speak French better than Italian. Question 64 is, when does the English Parliament seize power from monarchy? Answer to question number 64 is, in 1688, the monarchy in Britain had seized the power from English Parliament. Question 65 is, give one feature of the Act of Union. Answer to question number 65 is, it resulted in the United Kingdom of Great Britain in 1707. Question 66 is, name the language spoken by the Scottish Highlanders. Answer to question number 66 is Gaelic. It is still spoken throughout Scotland. Question 67 is, who led the revolt against Britain in 1798? Answer to question number 67 is, it was led by Wolfe Tone and consisted primarily of a secret society called the United Irish. Question 68 says, when was Ireland incorporated into Britain? Answer to question number 68 is, the Act of Union came into effect on January 1, 1801, joining Ireland to Great Britain, creating the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland. Question 69 says, what was the national anthem of Britain? Answer to question number 69 is, God Save the King, was a patriotic song first publicly performed in London in 1745, which came to be known as the national anthem. Question 70 is, when Garibaldi led the army of volunteers to Rome to fight the last obstacle of the unification of Italy? Answer to question number 70 is, in 1867, Garibaldi led an army of volunteers known as Red Shirts to Rome to fight the last obstacle to the unification of Italy, the Purple States, where a French garrison was stationed. Question 71 is, name the allegory of France. Answer to question number 71 is Mariana. Question 72 is, name the allegory of Germany. Answer to question number 72 is Germania. Question number 73 is, which symbol symbolizes the idea of justice? Answer to question number 73 is, the blindfolded woman carrying pair of weight scales symbolizes the idea of justice. Question 74 is, what does a red cap symbolize? Answer to question number 74 is, red caps were a symbol of liberty. Color became an important vehicle for showing one's political sympathy during the French Revolution. Question 75 is, what does German oak stand for? Answer to question number 75 is, the German oak stood for heroism in the visual representation of Germania. Germania wore oak leaf crown that symbolized bravery. Question 76 is, what was the symbol of German strength? Answer to question number 76 is, the eagle on the breastplate signifies the German Empire and its strength, because the eagle is a strong bird. Question 77 is, what does sword symbolize? Answer to question number 77 is, the sword represents a fighter's readiness. The German people were always willing to defend their honor. Question 78 is, what does olive branch around the sword symbolizes? Answer to question number 78 is, willingness to make peace. Question 79 is, what does black, red and gold tricolor flag symbolize? Answer to question number 79 is, the black, red and gold flag was an expression of liberal hopes in 1848 to unify the numerous German-speaking principalities into a nation-state under a democratic constitution. It was banned by dukes of the German states. Question number 80 is, who were Slavs? Answer to question number 80 is, Slavs were inhabitants of the Balkan region. Question 81 is, which empire ruled the Balkan region? Answer to question number 81 is, Ottoman Empire ruled the Balkan region. Much of the Balkans was under Ottoman rule throughout the early modern period. Question 82 is, when did Napoleon invaded Italy? Answer to question number 82 is, on April 2nd, 1796, Napoleon led his army forward into Italy. Question number 83 is, why was the German Confederation of 39 states was left untouched during the Vienna Congress? Answer to question number 83 is, because it aimed to restore Holy Roman Empire, which was destroyed by Napoleon. Question number 84 is, who were Junkers? Answer to question number 84 is, Junkers were large landowners of Prussia. Question 85 says, what do you understand by absolutist? Answer to question number 85 is, absolutist literally means a government or system of rule that has no restraint on the power exercised. In history, the term refers to a form of monarchical government that was centralized, militarized and repressive. Question number 86 is, what do you understand by the term utopian? Answer to question number 86 is, it is a vision of society that it is so ideal that it is unlikely to actually exist. Question number 87 says, what is plebiscite? Answer to question number 87 is, plebiscite is a direct vote by which all the regions are asked to accept or reject a proposal. Question 88 says, what was Jacobean Club actually? Answer to question number 88 is, Jacobean Club belonged mainly to the less prosperous section of the society. It was a political club formed to discuss government policies and plan their own forms of action. Question 89 says, write any two major changes in the Civil Code of 1804. Answer to question number 89 is, the Civil Code of 1804, usually known as Napoleonic Code, did away with all the privileges based on the birth, established equality before the law, and secured the rights to property. Question 90 says, what do you mean by canon? Answer to question number 90 is, it is a subdivision of territory for the purpose of administration in some countries. Question number 91 is, who were serfs? Answer to question number 91 is, serfs were the lowest class of the society. They were the people responsible for working in land of their lords, primarily during the Middle Ages. Question number 92 is, define conservatism. Answer 92 is, a political philosophy that stresses the importance of tradition, established institutions and customs, and preferred gradual development to quick change. Question number 93 is, Who was Louis Philippe? Answer to question number 93 is, it was Louis Philippe's first, who was born on 6 October 1773 and died on 26 August 1850, was nicknamed as the Citizen King, and he was the king of the France from 1830 to 1848. Question number 94 is, what does feminist mean? Answer to question number 94 is, feminist is the awareness of women's right and interest based on the belief of the social, economic and political equality of the genders. Or we can say, feminist is a person who supports or advocates for women's right. He or she believes in equality in terms of rights, either social or political, for both men and women. Question number 95 is, define ideology. Answer to question number 95 is, ideology is a system of ideas reflecting a particular social and political vision. Question 96 is, what was the Act of Union 1707? Answer to question number 96 is, the Acts of Union passed by the English and Scottish Parliament in 1707 led to the creation of United Kingdom to be called Great Britain on 1st May of that year. The UK Parliament met for the first time in October 1707. Question 97 is, what do you mean by ethnic? Answer to question number 97 is, ethnic relates to a common racial, tribal or cultural origin or background that a community identifies with or claims. Question number 98 says, why did big European powers meet in Berlin in 1885? Answer to question number 98 is, the big European powers met in Berlin in 1885 to divide Africa among themselves. Question number 99 is, which European powers had rivalries in the Balkans and were keen on countering the hold of other powers over the Balkans and extending its own control over the area? Answer to question number 99 is, Russia, Germany, England and Austro-Hungary. Question number 100 is, what made the Balkans an explosive region? Answer to question number 100 is, the spread of ideas of romantic nationalism in the Balkan together with the disintegration of Ottoman Empire made this region very explosive. Question number 101 is, name the area which became a source of tension in Europe after 1871. Answer to question number 101 is, the areas of Balkans comprising modern-day Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Slovenia, Serbia and Montenegro, whose inhabitants were broadly known as the Slavs, became a source of tension. Question number 102 is, how attributes of liberty and justice were represented during French Revolution? Answer to question number 102 is, first is, the attributes of liberty were the cap or the broken chain. Second is, justice was generally a blindfolded woman carrying a pair of weighing scale. Question number 103 is, name three persons who played an important role in the unification of Italy. Answer to question number 103 is, first is Cavour, second is Mazzini, third is Garibaldi. Question number 104 is, name the custom union formed in 1834 and who joined it. Answer to question number 104 is, in 1834 a custom union, Zollverein, was formed and it was joined by most of the German states. Question number 105 is, who was the founder of Confederation of 39 States of Germany? Answer to question number 105 is, Napoleon Bonaparte. Question number 106 is, What were the provisions given in the Napoleon Code 1804? Answer to question number 106 is Napoleon Codes 1804 were a set of civil codes that had to be prescribed by French society. The aim of the code was to reform the French society in areas such as family, property, civil procedure, etc. They were the following: establish equality before the law, abolished all privileges based on the birth, granted the right to property to French citizens, simplified administration divisions, abolished feudal system and freed peasant from serfdom, removed restriction on guild in town, improved transport and communication. Okay students, now let us start the NCERT questions of the same chapters. Question 1 says, write a note on Giuseppe Mazzini. Answer 1 is, Giuseppe Mazzini, 1807 to 1872, was an Italian politician, journalist and activist for the unification of Italy and spearheaded the Italian revolutionary movement. During the 1830s, Giuseppe Mazzini has sought to put together a coherent program for the unitary Italian Republic. He had also formed a secret society called Young Italy for the dissemination of his goal. Question number 2 is, write a note on Count Camillo di Cavour. Answer to question number 2 is, Cavour was a realist who practiced realistic politics. He led the movement to unify Italy. He was neither a revolutionary nor a democrat. Sardini Pediment succeeded in defeating the Austrian forces in 1859 through the tactful alliance engineered by the Cavour. Question number 3 is, write a note on the Greek War of Independence. Answer to question number 3 is, point number 1. Greece had been part of Ottoman Empire since the 15th century. The growth of revolutionary nationalism in Europe sparked off a struggle for independence against the Greeks, which began in 1821. Point number 2. Poets and artists lauded Greece as the cradle of European civilization and mobilized public opinion to support its struggles against a Muslim empire. Point number 3. Nationalists in Greece got support from the Greeks living in exile and also from many West Europeans who had sympathies for ancient Greek culture. Point number 4 is, finally the Treaty of Constantinople of 1832 recognized Greece as an independent nation. Question number 4 says, write a note on Frankfurt Parliament. Answer to question number 4 is, the point number 1 is, it was an all-German National Assembly formed by middle-class professionals, businessmen and prosperous artisans belonging to different German regions. It was convened on 18th May 1848. It was disbanded on 31st May 1849 as it lost support. Question number 5 says, write a note on the role of women in nationalist struggles. Answer to question number 5 is, point number 1 is, women of the liberal middle classes combined their demands for the constitutionalism and national unification. They took advantage of the growing popular unrest to push their demands for the creation of a nation state on parliamentary principle, a constitution, freedom of the press and freedom of association. Point number 2 is, women had formed their own political associations, founded newspapers and taken part in political meetings and demonstrations. Question number 6 is, what step did the French Revolution take to create a sense of collective identity among the French people? Answer to question number 6, point number 1 is, the ideas of la patrie, the fatherland, and les citoyens, the citizen, emphasize the nation of a united community enjoying equal rights under a constitution. Point number 2 is, a new French flag, the tricolour, was chosen to replace the former royal standard. Point number 3 is, new hymns were composed
oaths taken, and martyrs commemorated, all in the name of nation. Point number 4 is a centralized administrative system was put in place and it formulated uniform laws for all citizens within its territory. Point number 5 is internal custom duties and dues were abolished and a uniform system of weights and measures was adopted. Point number 6 is regional dialects were discouraged and French, as it was spoken and written in Paris, became the common language of the nation. Point number 7 is the revolutionaries further declared that it was the mission and the destiny of the French nation to liberate the people of Europe from despotism, in other words, to help other people of Europe to become nations. Question number 7 is, who were Marianne and Germania? What was the importance of the way in which they were portrayed? Answer number 7. Point number 1 is, in the 18th and 19th centuries, artists represented the country as if it were a person. Point number 2 is, nations were portrayed as female figures that sought to give the abstract idea of the nation a concrete form. Point number 3 is, the female form that was chosen to personify the nation did not stand for any particular woman in a real life. Point number 4 is, thus in France, she was Christian Mariana, a popular Christian name, which underlined the idea of a people's nation. Point number 5 is, her characteristics were drawn from those of liberty and the republic, the red cap, the tricolor, the cockade. Point number 6 is, statues of Mariana were installed in public squares to remind the public of the national symbols of unity and to persuade them to identify with it. Point number 7 is, Mariana images were marked on coins and stamps too. Point number 8 is, similarly, Germania became the allegory of German nation. In visual representation, Germania wears a crown of oak leaves because the German oak stands for heroism. Question number 8 says, how was the history of nationalism in Britain unlike the rest of Europe? Answer to question number 8. Point number 1 is, formation of the nation state was not due to sudden upheaval or revolution. It was the result of a long drawn out process. Point number 2 is, the primary identities of the people who inhabited the British Isles were ethnic ones such as English, Welsh, Scot or Irish. Point number 3 is, the Act of Union between England and Scotland resulted in the formation of the United Kingdom of Great Britain. Point number 4 is, Scottish people were forbidden from speaking their Gaelic language and from wearing their national dress. Many were driven out of their homeland. Point number 5 is, Ireland was forcibly incorporated into the UK in 1801. This was achieved by the English helping the Protestants of Ireland to establish their dominance over Catholics. Point number 6 is, the symbols of New Britain, the British flag which is Union Jack, the national anthem, God Save Our Noble King, and the English language were actively promoted, and the older nations survived only as subordinate partners in this union. Question number 9 is, why did nationalist tensions emerge in the Balkans? Answer to question number 9. Point number 1. It was a region of geographical and ethnic variation comprising modern-day Romania, Bulgaria, Albania, Greece, Macedonia, Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Slovenia, Serbia, Montenegro. The people of the regions were broadly known as Slavs. Point number 2 is a large part was under the control of the Ottoman Empire. Gradually, independence was declared from them. Point number 3 is the spread of ideas of romantic nationalism in Balkans, together with disintegration of the Ottoman Empire, made this region very explosive. Now let's start with the picture-based questions. Here in this picture, the question is, who is represented as the postman in the given image? And the answer is Napoleon Bonaparte out of these 4 answers. Here Napoleon is represented as a postman on his way back to France after he lost the Battle of Leipzig in 1813. Each letter dropping out of this bag bears the name of the territories he lost. Now in this picture, the question number 1 is, how is Napoleon represented here? So the answer to this is, Napoleon here is represented as a postman on his way back to France. And the question number 2 over here is, what do the letters dropping out of his bag signify? And the answer is, each letter dropping out of his bag bears the name of the territories he lost. This is next question. Look at the picture and the question says, what can we understand about the democracy from the picture? So out of the 4 options, the best option is option number 2. There is no room for discussion as everything is pre-decided. Now look at this picture and the question over here is, in the given image of Germania, olive branch around the sword stand for what? So out of the 4 options, the best one is answer number 4, which is willingness to make peace. Here the artist prepared this painting of Germania on a cotton banner, as it was meant to hang from the ceiling of the church of St. Paul, where the Frankfurt Parliament was convened in March 1848. Let's have a look at this picture. Which of the following aspects best signify this image? So out of this 4, it is the option number 1st is the best one, which is woman's strength. Germania guarding the Rhine. In 1860, the artist Lawrence Classen was commissioned to paint this image. The inscription of the Germania sword reads, "The German sword protects the German Rhines." Let's have a look at this picture and the question over here is, identify the painting from the options given below. And the best answer for this is the answer number 1, which is Frankfurt Parliament. This is a Frankfurt Parliament in the church of St. Paul, and the woman can be seen in the upper left gallery. Let's have a look at this picture and try to relate these symbols. First is broken chain. Its significance is being freed. Second one is breastplate with eagle, and its significance is symbol of German Empire's strength. Third one is crown of oak leaves, and its significance is heroism. Fourth one is sword. Sword means readiness to make peace. And the next one is olive branch around the sword, which means willingness to make peace. Then it is black, red and gold tricolor. So this is a flag of liberal nationalists in 1848, banned by the dukes of the German states. And the last one is a rays of rising sun. This is showing the beginning of new era. Let us look at this picture and question over here is, which of the following best describe this image by Julius Hubner? And the answer for this is the answer option number 2, which is the fallen Germania. Let us see this picture carefully and answer the question which says, what is shown in this picture as the basis of the Britain? And the best option for this is option number 2, which is Britannia sitting on the globe. And what it says that a map celebrating the British Empire. At the top, angels are shown carrying the banners of freedom. Britannia, the symbol of British nation, is triumphantly sitting over the globe. The colonies are represented through images of tigers, elephants, forests, and primitive people. The domination of the word is shown as the basis of Britain's national pride. Here the question to this picture is, the postage stamp shows the female allegory of France. Who is she? So it is what obvious, option number 1, Mariana. And this is a postage stamp of 1850 with the figure of Mariana representing the Republic of France. Let us see this picture and let's try to answer this question. Who is shown in this picture sitting on knees? And the option is option number 2, Giuseppe Garibaldi. Garibaldi helping King Victor Emile II of Sardinia Piedmont to pull on the boat named Italy. Let's have a look at this picture and answer the question which says, which of the following aspects signifies this image? And the best option is option number 1, the proclamation of the German Empire. The proclamation of the German Empire is the title of the several historical paintings by the German painter Anton von Werner. On 18 January 1871, Anton von Werner was present on the proclamation of German Empire in Versailles in his capacity as a painter. Let us look at this picture and answer the question which says, which event in the image explained the reason for the flee of Louis Philippe in 1848? And the answer for this is the first option, peasant uprising. Let us look at this picture and answer to the question which says the painting The Dream of Worldwide Democratic and Social Republic was prepared by whom? And the best option for this is option number 2, Frederick Sorio. Again the same picture is here but the question is different. Question says, in what way do you think this print depicts a European vision? Answer is, the print was a utopian vision because all countries were together. The countries were supposed to be nations which didn't exist till then. Men, women and children were given equal status. Let us try to see this picture and answer the question which is saying, which of the following events is described in the following images? And the best option is the option number 2, which is founding of young Europe in Bern 1833. Let us look at this picture and try to answer the question which says, what is caricaturist trying to depict over here? Answer to this question is, the caricaturist is depicting the club of liberal nationalists which dates back 1820. Conservative regimes were set up in 1815. These regimes were autocratic and they were not ready to tolerate criticism and dissent. They curbed all the actions which put a question mark on the legitimacy of autocratic government. Most of the regimes had imposed censorship law to have control over freedom of the press and over songs motivating the ideas of liberty. Let us look at the map of the Italy and answer the question which says, look at the Italian states before unification. Do you think that the people living in any of these regions thought of themselves as Italians? Answer is, Italy was divided into 7 states, with the north being under the Austrian Habsburg, the center being ruled by Pope, and the southern region being under Spain's domination. Only one state, Sardinia Piedmont, was ruled by the Italian princely house. Italian language also had not acquired a common form and had many regional and local variations. So people living in these regions, except Sardinia Piedmont, would not have thought of themselves as Italians. In this question, the map shows the year in which different regions became part of unified Italy. So the question for this is, question number 1 is, which was the first region to become a part of unified Italy? And answer to question number 1 is, the first region to become a part of unified Italy in 1858 was Savoy Sardinia, followed by the northern states. Question number 2 is, which was the last region to join? The last region to connect was the Purple State in 1870. And the question number 3 says, in which year did the largest number of states join? And the answer to question number 3 is, the largest number of states joined in 1860. Look at this picture and answer the question, which of the following aspects of Bismarck is known in this image? And the best option is answer option number second, his violent and strict nature. Now there is the same picture as the last one was, but the question is different. Question says, describe the caricature. How does it represent the relationship between Bismarck and the elected deputies of parliament? What interpretation of democratic process is the artist trying to convey? The answer to the question is, it represents the conservative monarchies of the 19th century Europe, which does not favor ideas of liberalism and individual freedom to flourish. Club has thinkers, but they do not have the power to express their thoughts. People did not have freedom of speech or freedom of the process. The deputies were scared of him and shown hiding under the tables, showing the dominance of Bismarck. The artist is trying to convey that the democratic process in the Germany was exceptionally shallow and roots of constitution were poor. Let us look at this picture and try to answer the question. The question says the cover of German almanac designed by the journalist Giuseppe 1798 described which event? And the best answer for this is option number 1, which is saying storming of Versailles Fort. The cover of the German almanac was designed by the journalist Giuseppe in 1798, is related to the French Revolution and its revolutionary. It has image of Versailles prison stormed by revolutionaries in 1789. The Versailles fort represented royal authorities and thus its fall. Let us look at this picture and answer the question, which of the following best signifies this image? And the best option for this is option number 3, which is planting of Tree of Liberty. The planting of Tree of Liberty in Zweibrücken, Germany was painted by the German painter Karl Caspar Fritz. The painting represents the occupation of the town of Zweibrücken by the French armies. Let us look at the last question of this picture series. The question says, which idea is the best expressed in this image? The option is first one, Romanticism. This is the Massacre at Chios, was painted by Eugène Delacroix, 1824. He was one of the most important French Romantic painters. This huge painting depicts an incident in which 20,000 Greeks were said to have been killed by Turks on the islands of Chios. By dramatizing the incident, he focused on the suffering of women and children by using vivid colors to gain the sympathy for the Greeks. And this finishes your chapter number 1. And I hope that you will find it very useful and you will gain a lot from this. Thanks a lot. Please share, subscribe, like, whatsoever you can do.